Hi Taurus. This reading is for October 2019, or whenever the messages may find you and resonate. We are using the SpirtSong Tarot today by Paulina, Cassidy. King of Acorns, that's the King of Fire coming through for us already. So I think we are talking about something that you feel very passionately about. Now, if you are interested in this deck or any of the decks that we are using or that I use in Lunartics Tarot readings, then just scroll down to the description box below. But as far as the King of Fire showing up for us in regards to your messages for this month, Taureans, I do feel we're talking about something that you feel very passionately about, maybe an Aries, Sagittarius, or a Leo who has a strong presence in your life, or perhaps your business. It's often an entrepreneurial energy when I see the King of Fire come through. We'll see, though, if it resurfaces for us. It can also sometimes be an indication of someone being a family man or just a family-oriented person at a particular time, being very social, networking. So some of you, that feels very true. Some of you are in a state of networking, of wanting to be social, wanting to be out and about and around people at this time, Taureans. So we also have the 10 of Feathers has come through. This is the 10 of Air, and it's in its reverse position. You can see it's a snake here in this particular depiction, and it's noted as transformation and recovery, but again is in the reverse. So specifically what is coming through for me, Taurus, is that there is a negative cycle happening in your life at this time. It has been happening. It would like to certain areas of your life, certain parts of you would like you to bring it to a close, bring it to an end, but there's something that's causing a negative cycle to continue, a resistance of transformation, and so sort of willingly halting recovery from beginning. And at the same time, you know, there's also a transition on the table. Transition and insight are noted here on the 6 of Feathers, the 6 of Air, and that's what's crossing you in this reading. So for some of you, your transformation is halted. You are resisting bringing a negative cycle of some sort to an end. And for others, it's someone close to you who's doing that, right? And if it's you that's resisting your transformation, you see someone or others around you transitioning, reaching more elevated, more evolved, more mature, and so calmer mental and emotional states, maybe because they are literally physically moving somewhere else. But as I said, for others of you, it's flip-flopped. It's that someone close to you is resisting transformation, and meanwhile, you are moving forward, you are transitioning. So you can see how the message will be slightly different for each Taurus, as we are reading for, I'm reading for a Taurian collective, right? The Queen of Shells, Queen of Water, is on the bottom of the deck. So there is some emotional maturity coming through here. Peace and compassion are noted on this particular card. In your past, you have the 6 of Crystals, synergy and gratitude, the 6 of Earth here, and an equal give and take with someone, an equal exchange of energies, a healthy balance in your physical world, in your resources, in your home, in your finances, your work. Synergy, an equal balance in your energy in general, whatever physical material or manifestation that shows up or that manifests as in your life, Taurians. And in the near future, we have the shaman, divine wisdom and spiritual power. This is likened for me to the Hierophant card, which is a Taurian energy, a Taurus card, telling me that in the near future, you are going to be feeling comfortable in your own skin, feeling like yourself, maybe more like yourself than you ever have. And for a lot of you, more specifically, you're going to be committing in a deeper way in the future, the near future, to your own routines, your own rituals, maybe revamping and starting new routines and rituals, committing to someone very in a deeper way very soon. Maybe it is you, and again, your own routine, your own daily routine, your own practices, rituals, your own personal spirituality and religion, even. But for others, it may be committing deeply to someone else, because we do see this synergy and gratitude. So committing to a new job or to a partner, to something that you want to partner with, right? A new version of yourself, or someone who you've had this equal give and take energy with here, perhaps. So for some, it really is a business partner, because we did see that King of Fire at the beginning. For others, it could be a partner who is a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. That is of great concern. I do want to grab a couple more cards for you, actually, Taurians. I want a piece of advice and a more distant future. The 10 of Acorns, noted as responsibility and dedication, shows up as a piece of advice for you. And you do have the 2 of Acorns, again, insight, and this time also focus is now on the bottom of the deck. The more distant future here is the 3 of Acorns, so the 2 of Fire and then the 3 of Fire, foresight and exploration. So this deeper commitment to a partner, or again, this new version of yourself, your own new habits, rituals in a sense, some sense, whatever this deeper commitment is that's coming in the near future, it is allowing for this exploration to take place thereafter. By the end of October, maybe moving into November, you have this foresight and exploration showing up, taking a second step forward. So I sense then that this deeper commitment in the near future to your routine, to your partner, to your new way of life, perhaps for some of you Taurians, whatever this new commitment is, this is the first step in a longer journey, right? This is a first step forward to make a commitment. And for some of you, what's coming through is it may be like an exercise routine around this time that you're beginning, and you're realizing that in order to make a commitment to someone or to something, to a new habit, you really don't need to go hard with the commitment in the beginning, whether it's a diet or exercise or any type of new regiment that you're on, right? You don't have to kill it immediately. What you do have to do is commit to the habit, the ritual, the pattern, create a new pattern for yourself. So the first step, the first part of that process, and the commitment itself just means making sure you check in with this commitment, this new pattern or way of being or person who you want to commit deeper to on a more regular basis, right? Just form the habit, form the relationship with the thing. You don't need to, as I said, go hard. You don't need to go into it really hard and be together all the time if it's a person, or be killing that new routine. You just need to make sure that it begins, right? This is the beginning of it. And so then we see in the more distant future, again, by the end of the month, at the beginning of the next, a second step forward. Having chosen the direction you're going to go in, made this deeper commitment, then what is the next step? And the cards here are suggesting that this is a process, a journey that should be taken in steps like that, and each step should be acknowledged. For some of you, you are dealing with a habit that is hard to give up, right? And again, it's about taking the first step. You have the insight, you know which direction you want to go in, so you just need to take the first step in that direction, with the Two of Fire on the bottom of the deck sort of blanketing the reading and giving us a summary. It's saying that insight is giving you the courage and the motivation to then focus on each step at a time, and the first one to focus on is the first step, right? Just focus there. It's going to take courage, it's going to take commitment, which are noted in this deck's depiction of the King of Crystals, the King of Earth. And it also looks like it's a brand new beginning for you, again, specifically with an Aries for some of you. It is leading to release, recovery, healing. And there may, for some of you, have to be some hard communication, some disappointing communication with some people in order to reach this new beginning, or really make that first step happen, make this journey begin. But it's an adventure. It's something you're going on, and one that you're going on because you are full of potential and you can see that, or will begin to. And I think with the King of Crystals as well, it's really generating a lot of new health for you, and maybe new wealth as well. Our health is our wealth, truly. But I do think it's difficult to get started, and that's why there's such a focus here in the reading, in the cards, in these messages about focusing just on the first step, putting your energy and just taking the first step. It's likely that this is a case where it will be the hardest. And a recovery really wants to begin, but a whole transformation needs to take place in order to transition you to this calmer mental and emotional state of being. You already know that is why you are doing this. Like I said, I think you have the insight already. And I think the word is dedication here, with the Ten of Fire showing up in your advice, as one of your advice cards, Taurians. The word, it feels like is dedication. You have a responsibility to yourself to make this deeper commitment happen, right? And if there's another person involved, we'll have an emotional responsibility to them in that situation as well. But you have to show your dedication just through, as we said, beginning the routine, and it's going to shake out differently for each of you, for each individual, for each of you personally, how you truly dedicate yourself to this deeper commitment now. What does that look like for you? How will you know you are dedicated? When are you sure? This card wants you to answer that question. And if you need a private reading, to order a personal reading, just scroll down to the description box below and we can absolutely get more specific in a one-on-one personal reading. But in a general, I will just lean towards saying it's different for each individual how that dedication manifests, how it shows up. But it is the same, that the first step is the hardest, and to just focus on what you need to do to form the commitment, or form the new habit, form the new way, form the new routine. The Devil card is showing up as well, also in your advice card. Self-empowerment and ambition are noted on this particular depiction of the card. So it's talking about this negative cycle that's at the center of the reading, that is hard to resist, hard to let go of, hard to transform out of. Again, whether it's for you or someone close to you, it's a toxic habit. It's an unhealthy habit. It's something that you feel chained to. It is part of your shadow self, something that needs faced, and something that needs to be morphed into this more mature, more evolved version of you. And through self-empowerment. So again, returning to you answering the question of what will help you form your dedication to something and truly remain mindful of your responsibility then to that dedication, right? And with it showing up in your advice position, for some of you, okay, so you have to use your intuition on this. It's a general reading. For some of you, it is asking you to look toward a Capricorn that you're close to, who is an authority maybe on this subject matter, or who you trust and you know has your best interest at heart, who you trust in matters of what it is that you're working on personally. There may be a Capricorn who has some wisdom for you, or there may be Capricornian traits of your own. Where is your Saturn located? Which house does Capricorn rule in your chart, for you to investigate at this time? It does feel very much like a lesson to be learned here, and it does feel very much like, for some of you, a certain portion of you, that it is also about partnerships and relationships. So if that's something that you've been interested in, have any interest in researching your own chart, those would be the areas in October that I would highlight, that I would again focus on, find insight on. Where is your Saturn located? What house does Capricorn rule for you? What planets are placed there, etc. That's where I would research, especially in relation to what is going on in the cosmos with our planets during the month of October again. So I truly hope that insight here was able to reach you, and that it helps you to put an end to this negative cycle and transition forward. It looks like it is happening. So I would look for a way forward even throughout the month, once we get toward mid-month, right? If you're feeling just completely stuck, like you need help, like you just don't know how to transition there to bring an end to that negative cycle, the path that you're on now, it is happening. We see it coming to pass this month. There's just some resistance to get started here, some resistance to that recovery process. So, Taureans, with that, I will leave it in your very capable hands. I already told you about the information on private readings or ordering personal readings being down below. The email address is LunarticksTarot@gmail.com. So if you would like to speak to me first before ordering, some clients like to talk about astrological information, specific questions, which type of reading they would like, which area they're interested in, sometimes even a deck preference and or a spread preference. So if you'd like to get specific with me about any or all of those areas, I'm happy to talk with you first and discuss. Or if you just want to see what comes through and you want me to use my intuition as far as which deck and which spread, etc., you absolutely can just choose one of the links below based on the length of reading. For the most part, there's everything from a 1-question reading to a 90-minute reading, and they're priced according to length. So some people like it that way better, and I love to work with you either way. So either works for me. And I hope that you make very wise choices for yourselves as you continue to move forward, Taurians. I so appreciate all of the support to Lunartics Tarot. Thank you so much, as always. And if the message didn't resonate this time, I do hope that you will return. That doesn't mean that a message on in another month or for another date won't resonate with you. So yeah, with that, Taurus, I love you, and I hope you're making the most of Libra season and October. It is Halloween already, and I will post another reading for you as soon as I can.